So here we're looking at a vernier caliper, and we're going to be using US units. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to note this has several different scales. We have an inches scale. Then we have tenths of an inch. And then we have, if you take a tenth of an inch, this gap here, divide that up into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of these little gaps is 0.025, as we've seen before, or 25 thousandths of an inch. Then we're going to have another scale here. And this is going to be measured in thousandths of an inch, 1/1000th of an inch. So 5 thousandths of an inch, 10 1/1000ths of an inch, 15 1/1000ths of an inch. So this is how we read the vernier caliper. So first off, we're going to look at inches, and we're going to be using this edge of the vernier caliper, the vernier scale, to figure out what numbers we're going to be reading. So we want the last large number before the edge of the vernier scale. So that's going to be 3. So 3 times 1 inch is 3 inches. Now we're going to look at tenths of an inch. We want to look for the last tenth of an inch before we get to the edge of the vernier scale. And that's going to be 8. So 8 times a tenth of an inch. So you have 8/10 of an inch. Next, we're going to look at the little tick marks. We want to count how many of these are between the last tenth of an inch before we get to the vernier scale. So we're going to count the number of little tick marks between this 8 and the edge. We have 1, 2, 3, or 3 full spaces. So in this case, 3 times 0.025 or 75 thousandths of an inch. Lastly, we look on the vernier scale. And where we want to look for, what we want to look for is where a tick mark on the vernier scale lines up with a tick mark on this larger scale. And we see a line up here. This and this are lining up. So the vernier scale on the caliper is going to be thousandths of an inch. So we have 15, and we're going to use the number on the vernier scale times 1/1000th of an inch, or 15 thousandths of an inch. So the last thing to do, step 5, we're going to sum these readings. So we're 3 inches plus 8/10 of an inch plus 75 thousandths of an inch plus 15 thousandths of an inch. And let's see, look at this, and that will turn out to be this. So 3 and 890 thousandths of an inch. And that's how you read your vernier caliper. And if you have any questions, let me know.